Hello, YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Pinstar Plays Monster Train. Yes, back from my hiatus here over the long weekend, refreshed, having played plenty of games, and this little nugget of joy landed in my lap. Thank you for the key very much. Developers, so what is Monster Train? Well, a while back I did a little series on Slay the Spire, a card-based battler. This is another card-based battler roguelike, but it's a different take on it. It's almost... tower defense would be the wrong genre, but you are essentially defending your train from waves of enemies, and you need to be strategic on not only... You don't just have one hero, you have multiple units, and where you position them and what spells you play to enhance them kind of helps decide the ebb and flow of battle. But enough jibba-jabba from me. Let's just dive in, shall we? New run. Now, I've been playing this a little bit off camera here, just getting my my hands wet with it. And I've progressed a little bit, but for the sake of this series, for the sake of explaining some of the basics, let me turn the music down just a touch. That's better. For the sake of explaining the basics and just sort of easing you into it, let's start from the beginning. I'm not going to wipe all my save data, but essentially, I'm going to go back to the basics. Which is, there are 5 different clans in the game. I haven't unlocked one of them, but there are 5 different clans in the game. And on any given run, you get to choose one clan as your primary and one clan as your allied, your secondary. And this combination of the 2 clans will determine what kind of cards you have access to and some of the ebb and flow of how your forces work together. Now, this is actually a very, very ingenious system because not only does it depend on which clans you have, for example, the Hellhorned are all about lots of big damage and rage mechanics and lots of stuff like that, but also the Awoken are all about sort of defense and hit points and passive damage and regen. So the 2 kind of complement each other pretty well. But if we chose the Awoken first, we would get a different champion. So the run would play very different, even though we're using the same 2 clans. So, and this is sort of like the default, like, hey, it's your first run, let's start with this combo. So, you know what, let's start with this combo. It'll help me explain some of the basic mechanics, and then we can experiment around with some of the other clans if we do more videos of this and you guys like it. So, enough jibba-jabba. Let's do it. Okay. Oh yeah, the backstory to this. So essentially, we're in hell, but I mean that's a good thing for us because we are demons. We are the denizens of hell, and hell has frozen over. Heaven, the forces of the winged and have invaded hell and pretty much frozen it over. And we've got the last little chunk of Bernie goodness of hell on our train, and we're trying to basically reignite hell and make it proper hot. But the angels kind of want to stop us. So this is angels versus demons, but we're the demons. And this is our final boss. The final boss is actually different every single time, and they have different special abilities to them, so we'll have to keep that in mind. So, the way the ebb and flow of the game works is you have a section where you can pick certain power-ups, things to bolster your forces, and then you go into a battle, and then you get another thing of power-ups, and then another battle, another power-ups, battle, power-ups, battle. It's a nice ebb and flow. It gives you a chance to, tinker with and strengthen yourself after every battle, and of course the challenge ramps up as well. So let's take a look. We get, we get to upgrade our champion, which is a powerful unit that we get based on our primary clan. They have several different upgrade paths, but we can also get a random artifact. Let's see here. Grant 4 stacks of armor each time it is applied to friendly units. That's pretty good. Because there are guys that apply armor to themselves a lot. Armor is like extra hit points on top of your hit points. You can only be healed up to your max HP, but armor can keep stacking indefinitely. And then these, 2 damage to whenever an enemy unit moves between floors. Useful, but not very much damage. I'm going to take the hammer. Alright, now let's take a look at our champion, see what we can do here. So here's one thing. So and this is why I picked the artifact first. So we can either go the Reaper path, which is every time he kills somebody, he gets a boost of 10 attack power. So he starts at 18. Every time he attacks, he does 18 damage, but every time he kills someone, he'll then do 28 damage, and then 38 damage, and he can get very powerful. On the flip side here, we can make him get rage, which basically temporarily boosts his attack every time he's hit, and every time he slays someone, he gets armor. Now, normally he would only get 5 armor for slaying somebody, but because of that artifact, he actually gets more armor. He gets 9 armor. So, because we have that, let's go with that. Now, we're going to want him on the front lines. We're also going to want him, some extra defenses, because he's going to be taking quite a beating. Okay, so we get a little preview of who's attacking our train. This is going to be the boss of this level. So he adds junk cards to our deck every time he moves up floors, but otherwise he's not too powerful. This guy is just a pure armor tank. He's there to protect the squishier guys in back. Now, we do have the option to take on an additional challenge. If we want to, we can give ourselves 75 extra coins if we allow basically all these units to flood onto our things. Now, the summon units Rage 2, this could be a little dicey, so I'm actually going to leave it off for now. It's up to you whether or not you take on the extra challenge, and certain decks are better or worse able to deal with the extra challenges. Okay, so here we've got our train here. We've got our pyre. If this thing dies, we lose. Run over. Flat out. But it can defend itself. It does 20 damage to anyone who makes it all the way up there. But units enter here at the bottom. They will fight whichever of our units are on this floor, and then if they're still alive, they'll move up a floor. But we have plenty of other things here just working in our favor. So I'm gonna put our Hornbreaker Prince. He's our champion. Now, I could use this torch to... Normally, he'd have to hit this guy right here in the front. So this guy would be protecting this squishier archer, which only has 1 hit point. But we can use this torch to get rid of the archer. That's viable, because that would prevent 4 damage from hitting my champion. We also have this train steward here. We'll put him on the floor here. Also, each unit has a certain capacity. There are certain sizes. Each of these guys take up 2 capacity. But this floor only has a 5 capacity. So we couldn't put another 2-point unit on it, but we could put a 1-point unit. But I don't know if we have any 1-point units. But regardless. Now the question is, do I want to hit this foot soldier, or do I want to cast Restore later on? Actually, I might let this foot soldier take a shot just so that I can get the extra rage, but the rage will wear off afterwards. So yeah, not worth it. We could this is how much embers, basically how much mana it takes to cost any of the cards, and how much we have. We gain 3 per turn. So yeah. So we're going to do some damage to him. He doesn't have any attack. He's pure shields. This is the Loot Fairy. If we kill it before it runs away, and it runs away after combat, we get 50 gold. That we're going to definitely want. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let's use a torch to torch the Loot Fairy. Or we could just put a train steward up here. The train steward will whack him. This guy can make it all the way up. I don't really care. Now down here, we can torch the archer. We are still going to take 2 hit points of damage from this person, but that's okay. That'll trigger our thing here. Yeah, and torching you is not going to kill you. We're only going to knock off, even then it would be 21 hit points. So we can't get the slay. But I can put a restore to get a regen tick on you to heal back one of those damage. Whack! 50 gold for me. Alright, so she's weak. And really, it really doesn't matter if this guy makes it up to my pyre because he can't do any damage. The pyre will just nuke him. So I'm not worried about Mr. Shield. Let's see here. We could do a train steward here. And we can torch her, so that way the train steward kills her. I mean, heck, we could have just played 2 train stewards. No, you know what? I'm going to put a thing of restore on just to top him off a little bit. Alright, so he's going to go up and the pyre's going to nuke him. Now we have the first boss. Alright, we're definitely going to want to get rid of the archer here. 48 damage. He's actually one torch away from us winning here. Alright, that's game right there. I bet you it will last even longer if we put a tick of regen on you. Yeah, see, every time he gets hit, he gets angrier and angrier, and his attack gets higher and higher. But then rage wears off every turn. So the thing with the boss is they have what's called relentless. They, instead of just like doing one round of back and forth and then going up a floor, the boss will keep fighting whoever is in that first floor until either everyone in that floor is dead or the boss is dead. And then if they've killed everyone, then the boss will go up a floor. So basically, it's a last stand situation. Luckily, we were able to kill him in the first floor. We get a bonus points for that. We get some extra spoils. And we get to pick a card. Ooh, apply armor 19 to the front friendly unit for a welder helper here. Yeah, I'm not going to say no to more armor cards. Restoration detonation. This does explosive healing, but we don't have any big guys that need heals here. Steel enhancer might be a good one, especially for a champion. I'm going to go steel enhancer. Alright, so we clear that fight, and now we have a choice to make. We can only pick one of these 2 paths to go on. So either we can get 75 coins and a Merchant of Magic, which lets us upgrade a spell, or we can pick up a Hellhorned unit and upgrade our units. I think that's a better combination. Do we have any good spells to... Yeah, we don't really have any good spells to... I mean, Steel Enhancer. We could do that. But, depending on what upgrades are available, let's get the extra unit here. Oh, this guy with our thing, every turn he gains 9 armor. Every turn. Oh, we are totally taking him. Alright, now here we can add some modifiers to our guys that will make them even stronger and more powerful. So, for example, Thornstone adds spikes. That means every time a unit hits that unit, the enemy unit takes damage. If we were to put that on our Steelworker here, since he's going to be a tank, he's going to be getting armor like crazy, those spikes are going to be doing a lot of work for us. So, let's give him spikes 4. We could also make him huge. Large stone gives him huge stat buffs, but it makes him physically larger. But still, that might not be a bad thing. That might not be a bad thing at all. The other alternative, and this is going to seem really kind of funny, is if we give the large stone to the imp. The imp's only size 1, and is normally a 1/1, but we stick that on him. Now he's a 1641 that gives bunches of armor to whoever's in the front, including he can give it to himself too. So that turns this guy into a sort of like a super imp. So yeah, and then we can just give the health to the steel worker. Yeah, you know what? This is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to do it. We're going to make a gigantic imp, and then we're going to give you lots and lots of extra health. So you just become just a flat out tank. Alright, that's most of our... We can also spend money to purge cards or re-roll to pick new things, but we don't have the cash for that. Had I gone with the trial and gotten the extra cash, I would have had a little bit more to splash around with, but that's okay. I think we're doing pretty well here. Alright, these guys. Non-boss enemies start with Spikes 3. This guy gets stronger when I cast spells on his floor, and this guy heals people. You know what? I'm okay with Spikes. I'm okay with that. I think we've got enough armor floating around that we can soak up the extra damage from enemies having spikes. So we'll take the extra challenge and the extra gold if we survive this fight. So yeah, every time one of my units hits one of them, it does 3 damage to me. And that's all of the non-boss enemies. So we're just going to have to keep that in mind. Now, the question becomes... Yeah, actually, him getting impaled on spikes is not necessarily a bad thing. Because every time he gets hit by spikes, he gets angrier. We just need to keep him alive. But this guy, he gets 1 attack power, but that's okay. I'd rather just kill the priest. So we're going to put him on the front. We'll try to keep him alive. I'm also going to put the steel worker up a floor, because every turn he gets more and more armor. So we just want him cooking away, gaining armor after armor. And he has his own spikes to hurt the enemy with. It works both ways. Alright, we are going to torch you. So yeah, because I cast a spell on this floor, he gains an extra attack, but that's okay. I'm not going to cast Restore, because I don't want to give him another attack. I'm going to need to restore him afterwards. Yeah, let's get a Train Steward back here. Or I could do a Train Steward back here. Yeah, let's do a Train Steward back here. He doesn't get stronger from me casting units. Those don't count as spells. So yeah, 9 armor for you. Now what we really want to do here is make it so that these guys can kill one another here. Let's see here, yeah. We're going to have to pump this guy up a little bit more. He's still dying. You see this X here, it tells you that he's still dying. Alright, so now he's only taken 6 damage. If I were to cast another spell, like the Torch, that still wouldn't kill him, but it would still bring him pretty darn close. We also have this Welder Helper we can throw. Actually, let's throw the Welder Helper up here, because that way we can whack the fairy and get the money. Yeah, gigantic imp. We definitely want the money. Alright, Now, because we kept the healer alive, he's going to heal for 5, but that's okay. Brief respite. Okay. Yeah, let's get you as many heals as we can. And actually, Steel Enhancer works nicely, too. Yeah, Steel Enhancer. Alright, that brings his HP up fairly well. We'll certainly kill this guy. I don't know if my champion will be able to nix the boss on the first go, but that's okay. If the boss goes up a floor and has to tangle with this guy who keeps building his armor up, that's fine by me. And then, yeah, the healer by himself is just going to run upstairs and get nuked by the imp. Now, thankfully, the boss does not have spikes. We're going to go ahead and nuke the healer. We are also going to restore. That'll keep my guy alive long enough to keep doing damage to you. And then we can throw a train steward up here to help you out with some damage output. Train stewards are in the long run not very good. But they're in your deck at the beginning just to give you some warm bodies to throw at the enemy. Yeah, more armor for you. Alright, yeah, that lets you survive an extra hit point, so we took a chunk out of him, but yeah, there goes our first floor. Thankfully, we get our floors back in the next fight, so provided we survive. Okay, and yeah, see now that there's an X here, we know for a fact that we're going to beat the boss on this floor. So yeah, I mean, we could flex on him a little bit just by restoring, not that that's going to do much. So these guys are just going to trade blows back and forth. And yeah, every time he hits my guy... Oh, hey, the train steward got the kill. Fair enough. Alright, so we beat the boss, and we got the extra 75 because we elected to take on the extra challenge. We beat the challenge, and now we are rewarded for it. Extra money in the bank. Another welder helper. Do I want another welder helper? Because these guys are... Yeah, you know what? Let's get a little one, because he can help out my champion. Wildwood Sap is going to be good on my champion, because he needs healing like crazy. So, I will take the Wildwood Sap. Alright, let's see what's up for offer down here. So, we can boost our spells, and heal our pyre, but our pyre is undamaged. So it'd be a little bit of a waste. Over here we can get some Awoken units, our allied clan, plus enhancements. I like that combo. So let's get the units first. Husk Hermit, Sweep or Quick? I like the Sweep, although Quick, 25... Quick means they get to attack first. Normally the enemy gets to attack first. Quick units get to attack first instead. Yeah, we need a good damage dealer. You know what? Husk Hermit, when properly buffed, can be really disgusting. So I'm going to take them. And let's see if we can get some proper buffs here. Multi-Strike is good. Spikes 4. I could put Spikes 4 on you, just to make you a chonkier tank. I kind of want the multi-strike on our Sweep guy. Sweep means it hits everybody in the row, so this would mean he hits everybody in the row twice, but if we boost you later with damage, then that becomes really disgustingly powerful. So we're going to want that other slot for like a damage booster. Yeah. For spikes, for 20, you know what? I don't want these other two. I'm just going to re-roll, pay the 50 for it. There we go. There's the damage boost that I was looking for. So now 13 times 2 to everybody. That's what I'm talking about. And we can even afford a Heartstone while we're at it. We could make this guy just a big old slab of beef. Why not? Chonky beef man. Alright, that's all of our cash here. Last thing here is Concealed Caverns. This thing gives us a random event. Let's see. 2 ornate chests. Both chests have a... lose 25 pyre health, get 150 coins, or 5 pyre health. Well, we got a full health pyre, and 150 coins sounds tasty to me. So I will take the I'll take the pyre damage, because we can always heal that back later with those pyre things. Worth it for the money. That actually allows us to go back into the shop. Do we want to give somebody quick? Not particularly. So, but we can use this to purge cards. We can get rid of some of our train stewards here. So that way we don't draw them. Actually, we can get rid of 2 train stewards with that extra money. Make our deck leaner and more reliable. All right. Excellent. Next fight, and this is our first our first of the boss fights here. Daedalus. So these fights are a little bit different because the bigger boss fights have the boss on screen at the beginning. Alright, enemy units deal 1 damage to the front. We don't get the option for a trial. It just throws on a harmful condition, and we gotta deal with it. So this guy will float between floors, and we can actually damage him before the final boss phase, but he will also spawn in these constructed explosives. I'm thinking I don't want to sit up down here. The explosive will go off and hurt nobody. These guys can't hurt anybody, and they all have rage too, which is why they're all doing 5 damage. Next turn they will lose 1 stack of their rage and only do 3 damage. So I think that's probably a smarter move here. Alright, let's set up... Alright, here's what we're going to do. We are going to set up our steel worker up here, and we're going to put our husk hermit here. Now, yeah, these guys aren't going to be coming into play anytime soon, but by the time people get up here, first off, this guy will have all the time in the world to keep cranking up his armor, turn after turn. And then we'll play our Hornbreaker Prince here, because I don't want him to shuffle into the deck. And then, yeah, we'll just play a torch here to nuke one of these guys. And, yeah, let this thing explode harmlessly, and everyone goes up a floor. Alright, so we can use the torch to hit the bomb so it doesn't hurt our guy. That might be a thing we want to do. Yeah, you know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to stick a train steward here. And we're going to do the welder helper here, the little welder helper, to give our guy more health, more armor. Now he's going to start getting more armor because of his slay ability. So this is going to help make him a little tankier, which is something he desperately needs. Yeah, let's get rid of that bomb. And now both of our guys will actually take a chunk out of Daedalus himself, because he's on this floor this turn. Well, bam! Well, bam! Well, bam! Yeah, and all those extra 1 damage hits is building up his rage, so he'll be doing a fair amount of damage here. Okay, now we have Chonkmeister here. Actually, we can put Chonkmeister down here on the bottom floor. I'm cool with that. Well, bam. We can hit the bomb. I'm okay. I'd rather hit the bomb. Get rid of that. And then, yeah, you're not taking health damage, so Restore's not going to do much to you, so Steel Enhancer is the correct play here. And yeah, you should get another Slay to keep boosting your armor up. Yeah, keep pissing him off. Well, bam! Yeah, and every time these guys die, even the imp gets in on the action and gets a kill. And Mr. Chonk takes a good chunk out of her. Curious. Well, that's going to do a lot of damage to him. Well, the regen isn't going to help him immediately, but actually the regen will help Mr. Chonk, actually, because he's going to be, this is going to be eating through all of his hit points, so giving him regen actually might help. We can also help him out with a train steward to get another kill here. And then, yeah, that will... He's got plenty of restoration here, so we'd probably be better off using the torch. Yeah, that hits him for 10, so it's... That's probably the best course of action here. More armor for you. Yeah, you're going to hit back and get an armor boost revenge here. Alright, yeah, he heals back, so I'm glad I put the regen on Mr. Chonk. Alright, you, yeah, this floor is fine. We could probably spend a torch to get rid of you. Spend a torch to get rid of you, so that way these two can hit the boss freely. We could pop another... Yeah, and I actually want these guys to hit my champion because that will just make him angrier. So I don't actually want to ice him with the torch. 21 of 25. Yeah, a torch. So yeah, let's just give you an extra stack of regen. Soften up the boss a little bit. Yeah, just keep making him angrier. And that would show you that's a good thing, because now she's gonna feed him one more slay tick here. Actually, it looks like our Chonker is gonna be killing the boss by himself. Oh, Captain Chonk beats Daedalus. That's actually kind of funny. So our disgusting champion doesn't quite get to get a shot at the boss, but hey, there's Captain Chonk for you. We can speed that up a little bit. All right, well, Chonk Master pulled in for quite a bit of work here. All right, rare pack. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, this is normally armor 25. I mean, it's actually not as impressive. Impalate does 30 damage because we got 2 imps. Spikes on friendly units deal 1 damage per stack. That's actually not too bad in combination with our in combination with our dude man, the armorer guy. That makes him a bit sharper. Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna go with Shard Channeler. Consumer of Crowns is interesting. If I had 2 imps out, he might... No, he wouldn't be even affordable. We can also just go for Demon Fiend, who's just plain huge. That might be an interesting combination, and I think we're going to go for Demon Fiend. This guy is big. Now, because we beat one of the sort of the sub-bosses, we get to choose one of our core enhancements. We can either get 1 extra energy per turn, 1 extra card draw per turn, or each of our floors can fit 1 more unit, one more capacity. Because of how we have things sorted, I think actually, and also because we just got a 4-cost unit and I only make 3, let's go for the extra energy per turn first, because I don't actually have any way of reducing the cost of that big guy. Okay, so on this side we can get rid of 2 cards for free, we can duplicate a card, which is really freaking nice. And we can also heal our pyre. On this side, more Hellhorned units, another artifact, some cash. You know what? I think I like this side a little bit better. So, because we can heal back 20 of our things, so now our pyre's only 5 under. We can get rid of 2 units here. And you can also get rid of spells if the spells are sort of gumming up your works here. But I think the train stewards are... Let me think here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on one floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on another. 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, actually, I probably shouldn't have gotten rid of that one, because we don't actually have enough units. We can get rid of one of the torches here, because they're going to start not being quite powerful enough to do what we need. Oh, but we can duplicate a unit. We can make another steelworker. So never mind on the whole we don't have enough units thing. How about we make more units? I mean, we could go for another chonk master here, but I'm liking the steelworker here. So now we're going to have 2 of them, and he gets the same buffs that we had. So now we have enough units to play around with, and we get to upgrade our champion again. Okay, so yeah, we can either go further down the thing where we get more rage every time we're hit, and we get more armor every time we kill, or we can sort of side class into the Brawler archetype, which just gives us multi-strike 1. Which would be interesting. He'd certainly do more damage, 12 times 2. He wouldn't get as much rage or armor, but that might actually help him score more kills more effectively. Because he still gets the armor boost from our thing, just by getting 1 thing of armor. And actually, that would actually make his rage more effective too, by having a times. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna side class into Brawler. Okay. Alright, so these guys, another trial where we can potentially give the enemy spikes. I'm actually, the first time we did that actually worked out pretty well. So yeah, let's give you spikes. Now they get spikes 4 instead of spikes 3 last time, but a random artifact might be worth it. Because we got a lot of armor and a lot of chonk for our people. Although that might be kind of rough on our champion because of his multi-attack. So, we'll have to see how this goes. Alright, I think what we're going to do... Alright, we don't have... You know what? I think I'm going to let these guys... leave them be for a floor. Yeah, and he's going to rage up just from taking spike damage, so you know what? I'm going to put the Steelworker here, I'm going to put the Prince behind here, and the Shard Channeler is going to go here to make the spikes spikier. Is there... No, if I put the Train Steward down here, he's just going to get iced. So I'll put the Train Steward up here, just because we have the extra mana, and yeah, the Restore's not going to do anything. But we will get an extra turn of armor there. Oh, right there. Train Steward can ice the ferry. And we can drop our Demon Fiend on the first floor. That is certainly a thing. Now this unit we don't have to torch because she's going to die to his spikes. So yeah, I think I'm going to take the Demon Fiend and just drop him right here. He's going to need some support. I think the chonky imp might help support him a little bit more once we draw them. This is the non-chonky imp. Yeah, he's going to take 12 points just from doing his multi-attack. We're going to need to keep up on healing him, otherwise he'll just die to the spikes. Yeah, but he does get rage every time he gets spiked by guys. Okay, let's see here. We could do another Steelworker in front of Mr. Chonk. That is certainly a thing. And actually, I just realized the extra multi-strikes might be a bit of a detriment here. Let's restore you. Yeah, I want to keep this guy alive, at least for now. Alright, let's see. Steel Enhancer, yeah, we want more attack and also more hit points for you, more importantly. Alright, yeah, you get the Slay trigger, so that helps you in the armor department. Alright, actually regen on you is going to be huge, because you're just going to constantly be taking spike damage. We can't actually fit our Chonk Master Imp. I should have actually let the Train Stirrup die so we could Chonk Master this guy. Yeah, I don't necessarily need to torch... We can torch this guy. Although, no, because I want him... He's actually going to get 2 kills. We don't want to torch this guy because he's going to get 2 kills off of that, and thus trigger his armor proc twice. I do want to regen you a little bit. You know what? We can take care of you. And yeah, I guess Chonk Master's going to have to sit this one out. I guess we do need to purge one of those train stewards because he's taken Chonk Master's spot. I guess we... Well, you know, if we torch him, he's just going to buff himself up further. So, he'll actually gain life out of it. Gain effective hit points out of that. Yeah, kill, armor. Alright, brief respite. Fortunately, our guy isn't going to get the kill here. Although, if I torch him... That actually might counterintuitively give my... So you got 10 hit points, but yeah, you're going to be... Let's try this again. Yes! So by making him survive my Steelworker, my Hornbreaker Prince gets the kill by intentionally abusing that mechanic. Okay, let's get you healed. We can get you healed some more. And yeah. So yeah, he took a little damage, but he got more in armor than he took in damage, so it actually works out nicely. Alright, final boss here. We do want to get rid of these guys, because they're going to keep attacking behind the boss, so we definitely want to get rid of them. And yeah, we hold them at the first floor. We get a regen here. And more regen. Alright, we hold the boss to the first floor, not too shabby. Attack me! Yes, okay, gladly. And big guy gets the kill. Excellent. All right, so we got our rewards, and because we did the trial, we get a freebie artifact. Let's see what this thing is. Summon abilities triggered and oh my god, that is good, because our imps have summon abilities. They're that whole create a bunch of free armor for us. Yeah, that's a summon ability. Let's see what we got here. Move a unit to the front and apply armor 14. Ascend a unit and apply dazed. Or consume and apply a rage. I kind of like the March of Shields. More shields. We can rotate out a wounded person. 30 health regen, not bad. Wildwood Custodian, no, I'm not feeling that. Pyrogrows. I mean, if we used it to somehow luckily draw our big demon dude, but that seems a little fussy to get in on that. I think Awake might be the smart play, because yeah, that can help keep our champion alive. All right, folks, we're about halfway through this run. I'm going to put a cut here, but in our next episode, we will continue our run here and continue to see if we can make our way through to the heart here. Challenges are ramping up, but I think we got a pretty good deck going. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya!